Welcome to Opinion Havers, a movie podcast for people who are terribly mysterious. I'm Cody.
And I'm Tyler.
Tyler, what do we watch?
We watched Mystery Men, requested of us, right? Yes.
It was a request made.
Yes. Unlike, much like the Doctor Who movie.
Here's the thing, here's the difference. Person requested Doctor Who movie, did a real Cloak and Dagger. Also that movie, it's not attainable.
It's attainable one day.
One does not simply request the Doctor Who 1960s movie and get it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm on the phone every day with the British Prime Minister himself trying to get this movie.
This person emailed you personally, not the opinionhavers@gmail.com. No. Your personal email.
My personal.
This person, they tweeted me at Opinion Havers. Mystery Men. It's on Stars. Bing, bang, boom. Found it, watched it, loved it, and it's time. We're here.
We're here to do it.
It's the proper channel. There are rules and regulations.
I'm still trying to get the Doctor Who movie. But Boris is being a pain about it. He is not supporting my efforts.
It's not fair.
It's like he just doesn't understand.
Here's the thing. I know it's not going to go well.
Oh, it's going to go great. So good.
Someone requested this movie of us, Mystery Men.
Mystery Men.
And here's the thing about it. I loved this movie as a child.
So good.
This was a quintessential part of my childhood experience. I can remember the movie theater I saw it in. I remember that we had it on DVD and VHS. I know we had it on DVD for sure at one point. And I've seen this thing probably like a dozen times.
Nice.
I really liked this movie as a child. I liked it a lot. I still like it to this day. I think the rose-colored glass has been shifted. I don't see it quite as, it's not, I'm not here saying it's a perfect movie, but I am here saying that I like it. I like it a lot. It's part of me. Tyler, what was your impression of this movie? I know you've seen it before. You said you had flashbacks to when you'd seen it before.
Yeah.
What's your impression? Tell me.
It was good. It's everything you want in a movie. It's based loosely on some comics.
Yeah.
It's got Smash Mouth, Hank Azaria.
This is the OG all-star Smash Mouth movie. I think everyone associates it with Shrek. This movie was like 2 years before Shrek.
Oh, yeah.
This is when Smash Mouth All-Star was like on the number one chart for like 3 months. It was like the number one music video for like 3 months in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is that year.
This is it.
This is a good year.
It was happening.
It's a good year to be a human.
Yeah. And we were all there for it, Cody. Back then.
We were all there.
And we loved this movie. We still love this movie because it's a good movie.
I was a child when All-Star got knocked off the number one spot by the Santana song they did with Rob Thomas, and it broke my heart. I was how did we do this?
That song?
How did we fall so far as a society?
Cody, I would say, we tried so hard. But in the end,
didn't even matter.
Ah.
Wake me up. Okay. All right. Let me give you a rundown on this movie. Quick little synopsis. This takes place in a different world, different universe. We're in Champion City. It's obviously Gotham. Doesn't matter.
It's New Neo-Tokyo Cisco.
Neo-Toki Cisco. Okay? That's where we're at.
San Fran, Tokyo. Isn't that what it is in Big Hero 6?
Yeah. We're there. There's a superhero. He's real good. There's our protagonists who were just average Joes pretending to be superheroes. They're trying to fight crime. They do a bad job. Superhero does a good job. But he's put himself out of a job. He gets himself in trouble. Guess who has to step up and save the day? The nobodies. The Other Guys.
The Other Guys.
The Losers.
Another good movie.
Yeah, another good movie. So that's pretty much it. That's all you need to know. These people think they have powers. They don't have powers. What's up?
If you had to describe in that first battle with our heroes about how would you describe they looked?
In their costume, in their attitude, or in their performance?
Just in general.
A couple. I mean, they didn't look great.
Oh, I was gonna say that I would describe them as looking kind of dumb.
I mean, you could even say you could put a finger and a thumb up.
Oh, in the shape of an L on your forehead?
On your forehead, yes. What a concept. This, yeah. So that's it. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
That's it?
If you haven't seen it.
I mean, if you haven't seen this movie and you're over the age of 12...
What are you doing?
Why haven't you seen the movie?
Why haven't you seen it? Why have you fallen this far?
It's got Ben Stiller. It's got
That's
Hank
the
Azaria.
thing about this movie. This is like the most interesting cast. Like, you got William H. Macy post Fargo. This is after he was in the Academy Award winning Fargo. You got Ben Stiller right before I feel like he like super blew up and did a lot of his movies. Mm-hmm. You got Hank Azaria in the mix. Like you got Jeffrey Rush is in here.
Yeah.
You got Michael Bay is in here. Like, and there's a surprise person you probably didn't notice that I'm gonna spring on you later.
Don't you spring my thing on me.
No, you've got it. You don't have it. No.
I said it during the movie.
Oh, this is Tyler, this is a whole... I went down a whole other hole, okay, that you don't even know about, and I'm going to blow your mind later on. I'm going to blow your mind, okay? Don't even challenge me.
I feel like you're going to steal my thing. That's what I feel like is going to happen.
Tell you what.
Here.
I need you to spoil this. We need to get into spoilers, and I need you to throw your thing down. I'll throw my thing down. Throw down your gauntlet. My gauntlet's going to be bigger, heavier, shinier, okay?
I don't think that's possible. My guy is big, heavy, and shiny. That's his whole thing. So, Cody, let's hop in a non-lethal tactical vehicle.
Let's do that.
It busts right into the spoiler mansion.
We're here. They're baddies, and we need to defend them with the power of teamwork.
Yeah. We need to defend the baddies. Okay, my thing. Michael Bay is one of the frat boys.
That's
specializing in heavy, shiny things.
So, that was your gauntlet?
Transformers.
You're right, okay.
Okay.
Is it a good gauntlet? Does it blow my mind?
Are you going to tell me that Danny DeVito is supposed to direct and star in this film? Because I also know about that.
That would be really cool. No.
Are you going to tell me that the shoveler is the star of the film?
It is crazy. Okay, it is crazy that Michael Bay pops up in this movie.
Yeah.
Because first off, he had done movies at this point. Was he as much of a household name?
He was a... Let me
he
put it
did
this
Bad
way.
Boys, right?
He had
that was
directed
his big thing
multi-million-dollar movies at this point.
Do people like him? Do people like him less now than they did then? Was that like at the peak of his success?
I think Michael Bay is like James Cameron. Movie snobs hate him, but everybody else thinks he's fine.
Okay. That's fair. No.
The fact that they both direct some of the biggest movies.
Oh, because he did Armageddon the year before.
Yes.
So that was like...
This is post-Armageddon, which incredibly popular movie.
Yeah, so he had done a lot of
He is not
videos.
a no-name struggling director.
Did a Playboy video centerfold. He did the music video for Play That Funky Music. He did Louie Louie. Oh, wow. So he's the music video king. He bumps up to... Oh, my gosh. There's so many music videos. This is in Tina Turner, Lionel Richie, Meatloaf. Holy cow.
Yeah.
And then Bad Boys, The Rock, Armageddon. Okay, so that's a big deal, right? Those are 3 movies a lot of people like.
Yeah. It's like...
he's in this.
Who's the guy that... Guy Ritchie does a lot of music videos, but he's also...
He started as like...
But he also will do big budget movies and music videos. Like he'll do a huge movie and then do a music video. Michael Bay was like that for a long time.
It's the same like David Fincher. He started doing a lot of music videos and then moved into movies. So
which one was it? The Russo brothers had only done like an episode of Lost or something like that. It was the only thing they'd ever directed.
Yeah.
And then they were the Avengers directors.
Yeah. Okay, so my person who's in this movie, Sung Kang. I'll give you a hint. He's in a beloved franchise that we have done a lot of reviews of.
Fast Furious.
Han from Fast and Furious is in this movie.
Is he one of the guys with all the Kabuki boys?
Yeah, like the Kabuki boys. Yeah, he's one of those guys.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
I thought
Because this is like 2 years before Fast and Furious, I think. But yeah, he's in this movie as just like a random role. He has a bunch of makeup. You can't really notice it's him, but he's got like all the makeup on and stuff.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. I was like, what? He is in this? It's crazy.
Yeah, he is.
So, I mean, the cast is incredible. We're talking Hank Azaria. We're talking Eddie Izzard. Super famous stand-up comedian.
Yes.
Right? Hank Azaria. Paul Rubens, of course.
Yes.
Why not? Pee Wee Herman is in this movie.
Yes.
Such a weird mix of a cast.
The craziest thing is, Cody, for those people who are sitting there and they're like, where's Pee Wee Herman? Because this is what I get a lot. When people are like, Pee Wee Herman's not in this movie.
He's the spleen.
He's the spleen.
People don't recognize Paul Rubens, but he does a lot of character work like this. Like he's in an episode of 30 Rock where he plays like a super crippled, like inbred Austrian like royal person. And he's got like a fake hand and like he's in a wheelchair. It's like anyway, they do a bunch of stuff to make him just look really funny. But yeah, so he does stuff like that where it's just like, oh, he's not in a low gray suit and with like white face makeup, and
he just gets lost in his roles.
He really goes for it.
Also, Cody, let's just take a detour. Everybody feel like in today's culture of people getting caught for raping a bunch of people, a la Bill Cosby. Can you imagine a world where a man's career is destroyed because he went to a theater where it is perfectly acceptable to maybe do a little bit of touching yourself while watching an adult film, and then the outrage? Who is this man doing this awful thing that, I mean, if you're going to do it, this is the spot to do it.
That is weird. Like, I don't know. I don't go to these movie theaters, but that's what it's for, right?
That's what I think.
I mean,
also who's like, going there, notices him, and then calls him out on it?
Or is like at a police doing a sting operation? Was it like TMZ? I don't...
Because here's my thought.
I mean, I guess it's not legal, right? It's not legal to do.
Well, it could be. Depends on the establishment there and their policies, really. I mean, because it wasn't that. It was just somebody saying they saw him, which this is not an original thought. I've heard this from other people. Mm-hmm. And this seems to be more the attitude that I've heard a lot of people taking nowadays.
Yeah.
Is, okay, he's doing a thing that a lot of people do in that situation. Who's the guy that's looking around at other people and then says, hey, isn't that Pee Wee Herman? What's he doing here?
First off, how did he recognize Paul Rubens? We just established no one recognizes him when he's not.
I mean, it's dark. Mm-hmm. He probably does not look like... I doubt he went in there in the gray suit and the face makeup. So,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He hadn't been Pee Wee Herman for like 20 years.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I mean, I'm not here to comment.
I want your comment. I want you to have
my opinion. Comment is Paul Rubens, he is good at his job.
He is. He was assuming a character.
One of the cringiest roles I've ever seen. And he did it. And you cringed. I did it. Did you cringe? I cringed.
And the spleen?
At the spleen.
He's a beloved character. All the children love him.
America's sweetheart.
He got cursed by a gypsy woman. Because he blamed a little toot on her.
He did a toot. He blamed a huge mistake.
In my foolish adolescence, is that what he says, or something like that?
Something like that.
I blamed it on a passing gypsy woman.
This movie is so dumb at parts and so brilliant at other parts.
His getup would imply to me that he is like a gypsy as well. Like he's dressed with that get up.
Yeah, he's got like, platform like boot bowling shoe things.
He's like 14 coats on.
He got all the tassels everywhere.
Yeah, lots of dangly things hanging off of him. Lots of scarves.
Necklace, big necklace with the S on it.
Yeah.
For spleen.
So I'm like, is he a gypsy?
I guess so.
Who knows? He's Paul Rubin.
Yeah, he does
He's
what
Paul Rudd. What?
he does, what he does, and he
Think they're related?
can't say no. I think Paul Rudd has been absorbing Paul Rubin's essence to stay young. I would say yes to that. So, I don't know. I think, here's the thing about this movie.
Tell me.
And sort of making fun of superhero tropes. Like you said, it's based on comics. It's based on comic books. If you think about the state of comic books today, here's what I thought. Taika Waititi could reboot this in a heartbeat.
Oh,
with
it
our
would be
current
so good.
superhero culture,
Here's what
and
I
he
want.
would knock it out of the park.
Here's what I want, Cody. Tell me, who's playing the superheroes?
Same superheroes, new casting for like
I mean, just
same
tell me.
superhero team.
Same superhero team. You're just you're making the same movie. You can. I mean, the script can
Okay,
be edited a
Bowler?
little bit.
Bowler, I guess one of mine. Kat Dennings. Throw
Okay.
her in as the bowler.
That's a
Okay,
good one.
that's
I
what I've
see
got.
that.
Let's see, the shoveler.
Shoveler.
I mean, it'd be real fun if Chris Evans did the shoveler.
That'd be real
I feel
funny.
like that'd be real funny. You probably have to get a little smaller name, but I think that would be a good one. Let's see, the Blue Raj.
You know what?
What?
No, I was gonna say what you could do is get like Ryan Reynolds to do it. He would do a movie
Oh,
like that.
he would do really good. For the shoveler? What are you saying?
Something like that. I think he would make a really good. Was it Captain Awesome? What's his name?
Captain Amazing?
Captain
He would
Amazing.
be really good as
He
Captain
would do really
Amazing.
good as that.
Yeah, he'd
Captain
really
Amazing.
ham it up.
Or Rob Lowe as Captain Amazing.
Oh, Rob Lowe would be good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Paul Rudd be like the Blue Raj or
Are you gonna cast another like just American person and have him do the Indian British accent?
You got to. That's the whole shtick, right?
Yeah.
He's not in any way Indian or British, and he's doing the Indian British thing.
Yeah.
Invisible Boy. Who'd you put as Invisible Boy?
Invisible Boy. It's got to be someone. It needs to be a young African American boy that can pull off the blonde dyed hair.
He's probably not young enough, but Key would be really good. Keegan Michael Key would be good at it.
Yeah, he would. Well, it'd be funny to just see the type of movie we're casting here, Cody. You can just cast him and have him pretend to be a high school student. Like, don't try to make him look like a high school student at all, and like put a really bad blonde wig on him. Like, just lean into.
Looks like it's just from one of their sketches from from their show.
Like, just lean into that.
The spleen.
The
It's a
spleen.
little harder to cast, I feel.
The spleen's difficult. Danny DeVito. Bring him back. He was supposed to direct the first one. Bring him back for this one.
Yeah, I would appreciate him. I think people would freak out for him in a superhero movie. Another one, I guess, because
He was a penguin.
he was a penguin. But to see him as a good guy in a superhero movie,
Yeah.
that's huge. Especially now that for some people, he's like, he's the weirdest, like the knight in shining armor for the weirdos of the internet. Like, he's like, this is the man, this is the hero we deserve. I feel like it's a lot of people's attitude.
Yeah. Who's I mean, probably rather what I would do is one of the guys from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Like Rob or what's his name? Rob Mc. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying the guy with the beard, the guy that's like crazy, the guy that there's the meme of where he's like out of the board with all the things and he's like looking at them all crazy.
The guy who plays Charlie.
Charlie, that's
What's
what I'm
I
thinking
name?
of. I can't remember, but I think he could do it. He could do that.
Oh, he would
or
be really good.
either the spleen. I think he could do well, or even Mr. Furious. I think he could do well, but Mr. Furious.
Mr. Furious.
Who would you
It's
put? in
Charlie
Mr.
Day.
Charlie
he plays. No, he plays Charlie.
He might be the same name.
His name is Charlie Day. He plays Charlie Kelly.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure they all have the same first name.
Yeah.
Their characters have the same.
Yeah,
first
he
name.
would be really good. And then Mr. Furious.
Yeah, because you need someone who can pull off like that grossness, but like he would probably not be like super gross, like the spleen. Like, isn't there a scene where the spleen like he finds like a weird thing in his ear, or his hair, or something like that? It's like
Maybe.
one of those like spiky things you get on you from the woods.
Yeah. Mr. Furious.
Who is Mr. Furious? I mean, he's just Ben Stiller again. You could just do that.
That would be good.
Or have we picked Paul Rudd's character?
Paul Rudd would be good. I would like Paul Rudd as Mr. Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they could reboot this so easily. And then who'd be the villain though? That's the last one I want to.
Who would replace?
I know who would be the Sphinx. It would be the same guy who's like the Native American in all the movies. He's in the Twilight movies, in Hell or High Water.
Yeah,
that guy would be really good at it.
Yeah.
Because he's been in comedies. He's in Kimmy Schmidt. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I think he would be really good.
He would do awesome at it. Yeah,
Villain.
who would replace? Who could live up to? What's his face? Rush.
Jeffrey Rush.
Jeffrey Rush. I don't know who plays all the bad guys. Josh Brolin.
Yeah, Josh Brolin would be good.
Because a lot of people think of him. That's just because he played Thanos.
Yeah.
A lot of people think of him as a bad guy.
And Cable now. So, yeah.
Well, Cable's not a bad guy, though.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. He played Thanos as a bad guy. That's what I'm saying.
So
That's what I'm saying to you.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things where it's like, well, yeah. I mean, at the time, it was like sort of a little bit of a satire of like, I mean, superheroes in general, but you know, it was on the heels of like, they just kind of wrapped up another set of like Batman movies and all of that, and that's very much the vibe they went with. I feel like they took the vibe from Batman and Robin and rode that and made a comedy superhero movie.
I want to retract Josh Brolin.
Who
I want to replace him with a guy that they might need to speed up. I don't know how much longer he's going to be alive.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I spaced on his name real hard. Oh, man. Oh, the dude. You know, he does play the dude.
Bridges?
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
You want to tell me, because a lot of people, you know, they're probably sitting here like, Jeff Bridges, he's not funny. They would be like, if you don't think Jeff Bridges can be funny, go watch any any movie of his that you haven't seen, because most of them he's funny. I just watched Surf's Up again, and it reminded me like, no, I love Jeff. He's just really funny.
Yeah.
And he's like that, you know, like the Big Lebowski character is. It's like so funny.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
what he does in
it's
so many
hilarious.
movies where he's just like this old, not even, it doesn't have to be old, just kind of like this like hippie guy who's too old to be a hippie.
Yeah. He'd be really good. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy this movie, even for all of its flaws. Yeah. Loved its vibe. I don't know. It was such a good, like, I think it had good source material, because there were a lot of funny things. Like, they're talking about, like Mr. Fury, like Ben Stiller's character is like Lance whatever. What's his name? The Playboy billionaire. Basically, the Bruce Wayne is like, he is Captain Amazing. They're like, Lance, what's his name? Wears glasses. Captain Amazing doesn't. Like,
like, get out of here. You're so dumb.
It was just like playing on some of those things.
The part where they rescued him. He's like, by any chance, do you know billionaire Lance again, whatever? And it's like, that's me. No, I'm just kidding.
I always wanted to say that to someone. Like, so funny. Yeah, no, there's so many bits that I liked. I love the story of it, where they're just like these loser superheroes. Captain Amazing gets super fried and killed. And so it's like they're the last hope of the city. And it's just like, there's people who really don't have superpowers. Like, there's the only one who really does. I mean, they have powers. They do. Like, 3 of them do. And the other ones have skills. I don't know, but it's just like, you're not superheroes even pretending to be superheroes. Now you like have to step up and be a super team to like save the city.
Yeah.
Great. I love it.
I like how Greg Kinnear is Captain America / Lance. They say his last name.
He's Lance.
Definitely, they say his last name.
Yeah.
I'll look into this.
Lance.
You just keep talking, and I'll say nothing the whole time.
I don't know. Hank Azaria, I thought he did really well. I loved the whole bit, because he does like the high pitched British accent voice, and then like his mom is like knocking on his door. And he's like, Mom, you're really harshing my vibe and whatever. He's speaking like his normal voice. He's like, that's the voice you chose for your persona? It's like the high pitched. Like, so
like,
I loved it
so much.
but
you're not Indian. Well, if you
yeah,
if you understand history.
Yeah, understand the history. And like, I don't know, it's just so, I love that like he does all the practicing of his like superhero quips. He's like, red eyes, red eyes, red eyes. never expected to see you again, so spoon. He's practicing those lines in his room and in front of the mirror.
He refuses to use knives.
Yeah, I'm not Stab Man. I'm the Blue Raja.
Like, nothing in his persona makes sense.
And like, I don't know, just there's some good bits. Like, there's things I appreciated watching it as an adult that I didn't appreciate as a kid. Like, there's like they're in the restaurant and he I forget what he's asking about, but he says he orders something really specific, but if you don't have, like, I'm willing to forgive if you'll forget. Who's next? Like, he just, I don't know, it's so good. Like, just
he earned his top billing spot in this movie for sure.
Oh, so funny. And this movie's really forward thinking as well. There's an interracial marriage. Shoveler married a lovely black woman, and they've got their little kids. And I was like, I didn't even think about it as a kid. I was just like, oh yeah, that's just his wife, you know? I really appreciate that.
I'm just going through the quotes to try to find Lance's last name. And there's one where it's the Blue Raja's trying to get all his mom's silverware. She's stealing all her silverware as she finds him. And the quote is, I was just, shifts to British accent. I'm a superhero, mother. It's like, nice. You know what I noticed?
It's
like all British slang, like just a paragraph of like
Yeah.
real British speak is real funny.
I have a
Continue.
conspiracy theory about this movie.
Yeah.
Not really. I have a question.
Tell me.
What is with Jeffrey Russian apples?
This is my thing. This was the only note. I couldn't find it. The only note I made watching it is Barbossa is based on
Casanova Frankenstein.
It's the same character.
Mm-hmm. It's just like instead of like Eastern European, he's just British. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with apples. He's always got apples. Jeffrey Rush, I don't know. I think he really likes apples.
I mean, I think they told him, like, I would not be surprised if this movie was what they watched and someone's like, I need this guy to play Barbossa.
Yeah.
Because he can be sinister in a hilarious way.
Yeah.
Because Barbossa
and it's the same hair too. Like it's the
it's the same character. Just instead of a supervillain, he's a pirate villain.
Yeah. I did notice watching this too. I was like, there's some really cool sets in this movie. Like the whole mansion setup, like it really evokes the vibe of like Gotham, futuristic Tim Burton Gotham, Neo Tokyo, whatever. Yeah, and a really good. I was wondering what the budget of this movie was.
Cody,
do I get a guess?
You get to guess.
Do you know it? Are you prepared?
I will. In a second, it's coming up to me right now.
There was also a Cat Stevens reference in this movie that made me really happy at the time, but now I can't remember what it was.
You should have written it down.
I said Cat Stevens ref. That's what I know.
It'll break your heart, these numbers, Cody, but try and go for a guess.
The budget? Is it like $60 million? What?
$68 million.
Oh, I'm good. What did it make?
That's the question, Cody. That's why I said it's going to break your heart.
Why? What did it make?
$33 million.
That's it?
That's it.
As a kid, it was such a great movie.
Such a flop.
I didn't realize how much of a flop it was.
It was such a flop. Millions of dollars lost.
Wow. But it's so fun. It's such a cult movie. Like, a lot of people really like it.
Yeah. It is funny that the Invisible Boy is the only one that's not based on
the comic.
There's a comic equivalent to him.
Uh-huh.
They just made him up. So I was in the trivia. One of the producers made him up as a joke while they were drunk. Uh-huh. And that's where the concept for the Invisible Boy came from. Which I think just sums up the whole movie. Personally.
Oh, it really does. So they go to this kid's house and they're like, we're looking for superheroes to put together a team, and he's like talking about his powers or something. He's like, yeah, I can only become visible when no one's looking at me. They're like, well, also he's like, no, like I can really, he's like, how can you tell? What? Hank Azari's stupid British accent. He's like, I'm not certain how you can tell you could achieve transparency if no one can look at you. And he's like, when you turn invisible, you can feel it.
I also like right before that, Like, just to set up he thinks he can turn invisible just because no one pays attention to him. Because so they walk behind his dad. He's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to my room with 3 strange men." And the dad doesn't react at all.
And it's such so a great because it's like it's his real power too. Like it comes into play at the end of the movie.
In the
no one looks, and he goes past like the laser thing. They'll melt you if it sees you, and he turns it off.
All his clothes fall off when he becomes invisible too.
Yeah.
When they were doing all the superhero auditions, so they go through the whole audition thing where they're like, "Oh, we got to do it. We need some place with like a yard and a pool." And the shoveler's like, "Nope, absolutely not." And then there's a ton of people there, and his wife's like, "I'll leave you."
He's like, yeah.
one.
She's like, "I deserve better than this," and he's like, "I know you do."
Yeah, he's just so defeated. He's like, "I know."
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
And it's funny too. That's another thing I appreciate more as an adult. He's like, "Oh yeah, the mooch factor's pretty strong with the superhero crowd." You know, like all these posers who you're like, "Oh yeah," because none of them are real superheroes. Just a bunch of people like it's basically just like a comic con in their backyard of like people that have made up their own superhero characters.
What is it? The dude with him and his son is like the waffler and the.
I'm the waffler, golden crispy. Bad guys are history. Yow! That's his theme song. He's got a truth syrup, which I appreciated.
Oh no, who is that? That's the guy from the Waffler. Is not the one with the son.
He's another Pencilhead and son of Pencilhead.
Yeah, Pencilhead, son of Pencilhead.
We erase crime.
Pencilhead is a famous actor for something, and then it's Dane Cook is the Waffler.
Yeah,
he's like,
I noticed.
He's like, and I'm like, truth syrup. He's like, got it like on his hip, and he's like pushing it out. He's like, it's low fat.
It's low fat. And then he's like, what is it? I can bash them in the skull with my it's like
just like this.
Get a waffle, and then he puts it against his leg.
He makes the hissing sound. They're just nonstop. Like the guy with the big black cloak, they're all like, "Oh, he's the ballerina man."
The ballerina man. Oh my gosh, it's I like this movie so much.
It's so perfect.
It has some moments that like don't quite land as well as when you're 7 years old and watching it, but for all of that, there's still a lot of like gems in this movie.
There's also moments that land a lot better now that I'm an adult. I feel like the superhero jokes, a lot of them, that audition process. The Disco Boys were way funnier for me now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Disco's not dead; it's a way of life.
Well, too, like there's the part where, the Jeffrey Rush Casanova sends the Disco Boys after the 3 guys, and they it's just so funny because like they've got chains and guns. And like they're just laughing at him because they think their supervillain persona is lame. They're like, I mean, where's the theme here, guys?
But it's also like fits with the like, oh, this is still a comic book universe because they just beat him up and send him home. They don't kill him or shoot him or anything.
Yeah.
So they'll shoot at him, but they'll never hit him. I also always think it's funny because the big golden desert eagle. I had a friend who had a golden desert eagle. It's the most. Oh, it was so dumb, but it was really fun to shoot it because it's just the most ridiculous thing.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Like the Sphinx comes in, and they're like, oh, he's terribly mysterious, and like that's his power. He's mysterious. Well, terribly mysterious. Like,
I heard he cut guns with his mind.
Guns in half with his mind, and then he does. I forgot that he actually cuts guns in half because all the Disco Boys whip out their guns, and it cuts them all in half with his mind.
Yeah,
and then like he comes in and like I just love every time he does a turn of phrase. That's his thing, is he has a turn of phrase for everything. Like what's the one that he's giving them all like things? They're doing their little like training camp. And his one for Ben Stiller is like, once you're able to balance attack hammer on your head, you'll be able to attack your foes with hit your foes with a balanced attack. Hammer your foes with a balanced attack. And he's like, right, but why am I wearing watermelon on my feet? He's like, I don't remember telling you to do that. It makes me laugh to this day. I think it's wonderful.
And then the part where Ben Stiller's like, or Mr. Furious is like, it's everything. Everything's a thing with you. He's like, until you can master your fear or your rage, my rage will be my master. Is that what you're gonna say?
Like, not necessarily. It's so, and I just love how the whole team is like, yeah, no, they're like all on board. They're like, this is the guy, he's the one, and like Mr. Fierce is like not having it.
And then when they find they go to their weapons designer, and there's like all the creepy sounds and the chickens everywhere for some reason. So there's chickens for no reason. It's never addressed why the chickens are there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they come in and all the spooky sounds and like everything, and they turn a corner and it's just him sitting there making all of the sounds to try to make it sound eerie in there.
Oh, it's so good. Oh yeah, and like I also appreciate the blame thrower. I didn't, as a kid, I didn't realize it was a play on the flamethrower. It's the blame thrower. I was like, this is great. This is wonderful. And like, I love Ben Stiller's character. Like his whole thing is he's like, he gets so furious, and that's his power, which is like the Hulk's thing, right? Except he's not actually strong. Like,
you moved a city bus.
He gets beat up the whole movie, and they're like, you moved a city bus once, and he's like, well, I'm more like, like pushed it, and they're like, well, still, that's really. I was like, I mean, like the driver, like he put the gas in just a little bit just to get started, but like after that, he was like, oh, we're screwed. Like,
yeah, they're like, no, he was the guy with the real superpower.
And then like two, there's he's always hitting on that waitress, and it never really goes anywhere. But she lets him walk him home one night. And he's like, look, I'm sorry about all the whatever. I'm just filled with so much rage, blah blah blah. And then he's like, I don't know. He's like gonna apologize. And he's like, is there, or is it when he goes back to the team? I forget. But he's like, is there like a really angry way I could say I'm sorry? Like, just always on theme.
Well, it's also like she thought it was funny when she asked for his name. That's all she wanted. And he's like, Phoenix Dark. It's like, I changed it. It was Phoenix. It's like, it was Phoenix. Fear. Oh, he's like trying to say. He says something equally dumb. He's like, but then I changed it.
Yeah. And two, I like. So the bowler has real powers, right? And it's her dad's skull bowling ball that flies around.
Yeah.
I never really appreciated the noise. It's just like a didgeridoo noise when it flies around. It's like, which is great. Also, one of my favorite lines by far of this movie that stayed with me through the years. Like, so you put your dad's skull in that bowling ball? And she's like, no, the guy at the pro shop did it. Like,
it's so good.
Man. I did notice a flaw in this movie.
No.
And I hate to ruin it for you.
Tell me.
So they go to save the day, right? Mm-hmm. She sends the bowling ball in, her dad, they do their group hug, they get to the edge, the bowling ball goes, breaks the machine, they walk out victorious. It was midnight, right, when the city was going to be destroyed?
Right.
When they walk out of the mansion property, it's like sunrise.
Well, they go in there at midnight, and then they're fighting for hours, Cody.
For hours.
It's hours. A pitch battle.
It's a whole ordeal.
All night.
Also, another thing I appreciate this time around, because of Frankenstein, one of his things is he has really sharp pinkies. He's like filing his
nail.
Pinky.
That's what he has.
It's
a coke nail that he keeps filed
I forgot
sharp.
They do a POV shot, point of view of the pinky. Like,
yeah, when they're like fighting
pinky in front of the camera.
And he like hisses at him. He's like, he's got his nail. It's like right next to his face, and then he extends it out fully and he charges him.
It's it's fantastic.
Like Ben Stiller, where he's trying to climb the wall, he's just like clawing at the wall, and then the Blue Raja's like fork.
The first and uses his handle. It's great. I love their teamwork. It comes together. They're able to overcome.
Yeah.
The thing about this movie, it's the kind of movie you sit through the credits.
Yeah.
To soak in the end credit music.
Oh yeah.
Which of course is Smash Mouth's All Star.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all you good boys and girls that know all the lyrics. You are true Americans. I'm proud of you. I love you.
Yeah. We tried to say it and not sing along with it or anything. You kind of started, and I was like, don't you sing along like you like this song. And then we both fell. I fell apart real quick after saying that.
Yeah. Me too. I mean, it's embedded, like I said, the 3 months when this song was at VH1's top number one music video, those were some of the best days of my life. Mm-hmm.
Just little 5-year-old Cody.
Little Cody.
4-year.
7-year-old Cody
7-year-old
rocking out.
Cody.
Really getting down. Really growing and developing his taste in music. So, the writer of this movie,
Yes.
the director, I think, has like 1 or 2 feature film credits.
Could have been Danny DeVito.
Um,
That's all I'm saying.
the writer has 3 credits, and I want you to guess right now what they are. I'll give you a hint. One of them is Mystery Men. Okay.
The other one is
2 more.
Shutter Island.
A very good guess. Not quite. Give me one more guess. It's another pretty silly movie,
Shrek.
and one giant flop as well.
Oh. Cats.
Ooh, good guess. Same era. No. Hocus Pocus. And this is a bit of a deep cut. Pluto Nash, which is an Eddie Murphy, a huge flop.
Yeah.
Like a huge flop. They did it on How Did This Get Made? Bad Movie
Yeah,
Podcast.
that was the one where he was an alien in a body mech, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that movie. I went to go see it.
I didn't see
think.
that. I never saw that one. But I know it was a huge budget and it did not make its money back, just like Mystery Men. I think that was one that killed his career, I think. Because I think Hocus Pocus did fine. Mystery Men was obviously a flop, but Pluto Nash was like such a flop that it was like, well.
Oh, yeah. I remember
You're
that
done.
being like, it was a huge deal because Eddie Murphy, that was peak Eddie Murphy.
It wasn't that long after like Beverly Hills Cop and like, you know, like he was still household name.
Yeah, like I remember people talking about wanting to go see it just because he was in it.
Yeah. I also have to share with you, I gotta look this up, but
I have not thought about that movie since 2 weeks after it came out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me 1 second here.
Now we're going to have to watch Pluto Nash.
Oh, please no.
Yes.
Por favor.
Cody, we're already talking about the bad movie series where you loved it when you were a kid and now you're going to hate it.
Yeah. I got to share with you the awards this movie was nominated for. They're-
All Razzies.
No, because this is a beloved film.
It's beloved. It just didn't make much money.
It didn't make much money at all.
Now it's going to have a resurgence because of the Opinion Hammers podcast.
Because of this podcast. The problem is I'm not going to be able to find it. I need you to talk about something else while I do this.
Okay, I'll talk about something else.
Okay,
go in there. Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you want to guess what Roger Ebert gave this movie?
3 stars.
2. Only got 2 stars. He don't like it very much.
Was it him or was it one of his peons?
It was him. This is back when he was still up and at him.
Well, yeah, but he still had peons doing stuff for him.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Tell me.
This movie was nominated for 3 awards.
Yes.
First one was the Saturn Award for Best Costume. Okay. There were great costumes in this movie.
Those are good ones. They made their own.
The next they got was American Comedy Award, nominated for Funniest Actress in a Motion Picture for Janine Garofalo, thank you, who played the bowler. Okay.
Yes.
The last one, you ready? Teen Choice Award,
Yes.
Choice Hissy Fit, Ben Stiller.
Yes.
Didn't win though, just nominated.
Who won?
I don't
Now I need to know who won Best Hissy Fit.
Okay, we're
Choice
doing it.
Hissy Fit.
Teen Choice Awards 2000. Hissy Fit.
Cody, did you ever watch the Teen Choice Awards?
I watched it 1 or 2 years.
I don't think I ever watched it. I went straight from Kids' Choice Awards to not caring about award shows.
I mean, I was in it for the slime, okay, believe it or not. All right, you'll never guess who won it or for what movie, but I will tell you it's a Meg Ryan film, and Diane Keaton's also in it.
Planet of the Apes.
The winner of the award, Lisa Kudrow, well known as Phoebe from Friends, won it for the movie Hanging Up. So there you go.
Who remembers that movie?
Lisa Kudrow, definitely. She probably got slimed for it. You never
Definitely
forget your first slime. Okay, let me tell you that.
Was it her first slime, though?
Yeah, it was. Can confirm.
As a fun fact, that slime, it's just green-dyed semen.
Oh.
The visible. That looked like I punched you in the face
You
with that
went
one.
there. My head cocked back like I got slapped in the face. That really That really hurt my
I
spirit.
thought about not doing it, and then I did it.
But then that's the thing is you did it though.
I did it. I executed on it, and that's comedy.
That's show business, baby.
Yeah.
This movie is it's great. I love their Mystery Men mobile. They're like armored car.
It's the greatest non-lethal
armored military vehicle of all time or whatever.
Yeah.
Armored vehicle. That's so great.
Because their weapon designer is all non-lethal.
There's also so many lines that are so underplayed in this movie that just work so well. Like when the shoveler's arguing with his wife, he's like, "I shovel well. I shovel very well." Like, yeah.
God gave me a gift.
That does not make you a super. She puts the little squeaky gloves on his face. Does not make you a superhero.
Yeah. Oh, they also do the POV shot with her gloves like right
Gloves on
there
his
in your
face.
face. Like, oh.
It's good. This movie has style, and it's very like late. It's like the embodiment of like 90s comedy, 90s superhero movies. Like it really just puts it all into one, and like 90s stars as well. Like Hank Azaria and Paul Rubens and William A. Like it's so 90s and cult and indie. I mean, it's a big budget movie, but it's a flop, so we'll call it indie. You know, it's great.
Yeah. And I mean, we're coming to the time, we're coming up on the 20s, which is when this age of movies is going to be the most valuable for the nostalgia factor.
That's true.
So, I mean, I could see it being remade, and hopefully they give it to someone like Taika Waititi.
Yeah. Or like David Leitch.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2 guy. He would do great.
Yeah, just someone who will take it and be like, all right, if we modernize this, it's not going to work. We just need to remake it in that same style and maybe change some of it around so it's not the exact same movie.
Well, it's one of the things like you just establish the characters, and like that's the thing about Taika Waititi is he'll do improv on set just based on the props they have and what's going on there. And if you give them the freedom to do it, like they'll workshop a lot of great material just out of the set and like the characters and what the actors are good at.
Yeah, he'll snuggle an actor's legs to get a better performance out of him.
Oh, of course.
Have you seen the image of Taika Waititi, Chris Evans, and maybe Tom Hiddleston? I don't know. 3 dudes all sleeping head to toe. And Taika Waititi, I think, has Chris Evans' legs, and he's like snuggling them while they're all asleep in a trailer because they've just passed out from being up so late working.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They're like, this is masculinity right here. I was like, I mean, it's just 3 dudes spooning. That's what it is. And they made a choice to go head to toe, and then he, probably in his sleep, just grabbed his legs. Which I thought it was a bold move.
Oh,
But he went for it, and I appreciate it.
his new movie's coming out in like a week or two.
I'm excited for it.
That's true.
Best line I've heard from that movie, I don't care about the rest of the trailer. What's wrong, JoJo? Oh, they all said I'm tiny and dumb. He's like, people said I was crazy. And Taika Waititi as Hitler saying, people said I was, crazy man. Look at me now.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. I think it's interesting they're gonna give him Akira as a movie too, because that's not at all a comedy. I think if you do anything you want to do.
Yeah.
There are a couple quotes in here that I didn't appreciate, and I feel like I should share from Mystery Men.
You didn't appreciate him now, or do you appreciate him now?
I appreciate him more as an adult, and I'm going to share with you now.
Oh, okay.
The Sphinx. We are number 1. All others are number 2 or lower. It's so dumb. Oh, and they're talking about Carmine the Buller. Seems there's a little controversy here regarding your father's death. Yes, the police said he fell down an elevator shaft onto some bullets. I've always suspected some foul play there. Like, me too. I was like,
Yeah. I mean, they definitely play a lot of stuff up, like comic book tropes. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. When you care what is outside, what is inside cares for you. Man, it's just... It makes me want to read these comics. Like, I'm curious to see how much of these comics there are. I think it's like Dark Horse. It's not like DC or...
Yeah, Dark Horse sounds right. Yeah. They do a lot of that stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh, so good.
It's a wonderful movie. Lance Hunt. Lance Hunt.
Lance Hunt. There you go.
Lance Hunt. What else can you say?
Lance Hunt wears glasses.
Captain Amazing doesn't.
It's so simple.
I do.
All his sponsors on his.
Oh, I did think that was fun. It was like a funny twist too, because like it takes it in such a realistic way. We're like, look at all these vigilantes that want to be superheroes. There's one very dominant superhero, much like Batman or Superman in their city, but then it's like there's corporate sponsors for him.
Yeah,
and I just thought that was a funny twist too on it, where it's like, oh, it's the superhero that is sold out and is like very egotistical and like.
Yeah. Well, it's also funny because like they reference that Lance Hunt is a billionaire and he's his main sponsor. So they're like, it's like Bruce Wayne going and getting. It's like Batman getting a Coke symbol on his bat suit. And it's like Bruce Wayne doesn't need Coke to sponsor Batman.
Yeah. It's funny, and I love his ego. I love that he like pops up at the trial of Casanova Frankenstein to get him out of jail so he can have a villain to fight, and then he gets trapped in the chair, and then the heroes come to rescue him, and he's like, flip the first toggle, like, now flip the second toggle, and like then they start arguing. He's like, flip the second toggle, like, sorry, the second toggle again. It's like here's the thing, he dies because of his ego. He's just like arguing with them, like, how many toggle switches are there? Like in toto, like is there 7. A reset button? They're like 7. You're like, oh no, hold up, I just want to make sure. I just loved it. It's so good.
He's like, what if you let me go and I could be some like your sidekick or minion?
I could be Amazing Boy.
I'm just spitballing here, just trying to stay alive.
Greg Kinnear is a treasure.
He is. He nailed it.
Nailed it.
That's why if I were to recast him, I would do it as Rob Lowe, who looks almost exactly the same and would just act it exactly the same.
Yeah.
Much like casting John Oliver as Zazu in the new Lion King. You cast him because he sounds the same and can deliver the exact same lines.
Yeah. This is a good one. I hold it near and dear to my heart. It's definitely not for anyone, but if you want just a fun, dumb nostalgia movie, this is it. It doesn't get much better than it. It's a cult film, so you can feel cool for liking it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you can feel justified because a lot of people didn't.
Here's the thing: when you're, especially if you're somebody out there right now, you don't gotta be a guy. If you're someone out there, and you're as the PC crowd would say, your SO is gonna force you this Halloween season to sit down and watch Hocus Pocus. Throw this out as because it was a writer to the same writer
as Hocus Pocus.
You say, hey, look, I want to watch a movie too, and it's the same writer as Hocus Pocus, and I guarantee you'll like this one better.
It's a fantastic cast. Can't knock this cast.
Than the weird film of that is Hocus Pocus.
Don't get me started on Hocus Pocus. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to relive it. I saw it too many times as a child against my will, and I'm not ready to. It's like, I think my mom was like, look, I've got Hocus Pocus, and I taped it on VHS, and now we can relive it every year. And every year.
With commercials.
Right? Oh,
Did you ever watch it without commercials? Because I don't think I have.
Oh, once it was available on DVD, I did. No. And I can't do it.
I lucked out in that I directed a lot of that attitude of, oh, mom's just going to throw this movie on the TV because it's Halloween time and kids need no kid distracted by the TV. I directed it to Halloween Town series.
I do remember enjoying Halloween Town more.
Is it better than Hocus Pocus? And there's a bunch of them.
See, so Hocus Pocus, I always thought it was a Disney Channel movie, but it's not, right?
It's not. It is a Disney movie.
I only ever experienced it on Disney Channel and on VHS.
Yeah. It is. It's on Disney Plus. I know that much.
Not a selling point for me.
By the way,
too dark.
If you're looking at Disney Plus and you're like, "Where's all the good stuff? Where's all the dark stuff?" They have said all the more adult stuff is going to be going on like Hulu because they're Disney Plus for the little babies mostly. So all you people out here saying, "Well, I want all that Fox stuff they bought," that's all going to be on Hulu.
Ah, makes sense.
When it launches Hulu or like the Fox Now. But they're doing a package where you get all the things.
Yeah. You get like Hulu and
So let's all
ESPN.
bend over and bow our
Disney.
wills before Disney. They didn't make this movie. Who funded this movie, Cody?
Oh man,
Are you telling me Mystery Men is going to be on Disney Plus?
I don't even know who made this movie.
You know, I'll tell you right now.
We even watched it.
Universal. So no, sorry, but yeah, it was Dark Horse. It was one of the production companies. So yeah, Dark Horse, Universal. So unfortunately, no, it's not going to be on Disney Plus. It's going to be on Stars.
It is on Stars.
Cody, anything else to say about it? You give it 12 spoons. I give it 12 spoons out of 15 forks.
I would give it four sporks.
Why
out
didn't you
of
use
5.
sporks?
What?
It seems like a weapon
Perfect
of choice.
compromise. What would have been perfect? I'm not Stab Man. It's good. I like this movie. I know it's not perfect, but it is excellent.
They're trying to like reason with it and be like, just use like a cheese knife or something. It's like a dull knife. Or I'm thinking there's some line where they're trying to just get him to use any kind of knife.
Oh my gosh. It's good. I like it. I'm glad Jamie tweeted me. I'm glad the tweet happened. I'm glad it came to us. I'm glad we were able to watch it and bring it to you. Our thoughts, our opinions. Opinion Havers podcast. Share it, love it, or don't. I don't care if you like it. It's not for you.
I do. I want you to like it. 5-star rating on all the things. Subscribe, 5 stars, thumbs up. Tweet Cody at Opinion Havers. Tell him all the movies you want us to watch.
Please do, because otherwise Tyler's going to make me watch bad movies.
You want to watch the bad. They're not bad. They are trash movies that you liked as a kid.
They're not bad. They're trash.
Yeah. Like one of the movies on the list I've got is Jumper. A bad movie, but you know I liked it.
I hated Jumper so
It's
much.
so good, though. So good.
Jumper made me so mad.
So good. So good.
Don't make me watch it.
You made me watch The Witch. You don't get to say anything.
Which is so good.
It's not. It's not a good movie.
Well,
Famously bad movie.
help us settle this argument. Is Jumper terrible or the absolute worst?
It's a good movie.
It's not.
It is. He learns to jump. He tries to jump a building.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Until next time, watch movies.
And have opinions.
The plot of Jumper it's not. Don't make me do it.
Oh, you're gonna do it. Cody, when have I led you wrong? Last Airbender is your favorite movie.
Oh, it's too much.